thought I'd just jump into number two. It just seemed easier than actually looking back at what I did and seeing if it was good, because I'm really not that asked. It's again just something to do for an hour until swimming starts, which is in 7 hours. So these are 5 minutes apiece. I've got a lot to talk about, I guess. But yeah, Green Street 2. So Green Street 2 starts off straight afterwards. I won't spoil it, but the sidekicks who aren't Elijah Woods or the main character from before, because I'm assuming they didn't want to be in a straight to DVD sequel to Green Street, which I'm assuming is done by another production team that just saw there's money in this. Let's just keep going with people who like violence. Yeah, so they're in it. They're in prison. I think actually only one of them is in this one, because they talk about other people like they were in it, and I don't remember them at all. I don't remember seeing them in it at all. If they were proper extras. And I even remember there's a big bad guy in it. They're like, he's the most monstrous out of all of them. But they said about that guy beforehand, and he's not in it. But I guess this guy's bigger. So I guess in a sense, yeah. This film is worse. Surprisingly, it's not. I remember. I think I watched this one first on an iTouch when I was about 13, and again thinking it was pretty good because there was violence and it was prison, and ooh, some guy got hit with a weight. That's brutal. But now I look back at it, it's pretty boring. Actually, not a lot happens. There that bit in Phantom Menace where like nothing happens for an hour and you realise nothing's. It's like that, but I guess worse because it's not even Star Wars. It's Green Street sequel, so that's pretty bad. The acting isn't fantastic. I think every girl in it. It's got to that point where you just kind of wonder how much porn they did before doing this. I could probably Google it and see either they've done nothing, B, were once models, or C, are in some sort of porno, or more than the actual movie. IMDb. If I actually could be asked to watch or even look into this, but I can't. But yeah, anyway, so the plot for this one is they're in prison. They've been moved to Millwall, Millwall prison, or where the Millwall fans are, which I think is very coincidental, but fair enough. It does make me wonder. A lot of these films seem to make Millwall the best team or the most violent team out of everyone. I guess they have that reputation, but there's always Millwall. It never seems to be anyone else, and it always seems to be West Ham. Like Manchester United always seem to be not in it. You think they would be? They're a pretty big team, but I guess not. I guess West Ham's massive following and Millwall's massive following make the best firms. But sure, it's not like I care. But so in this one, it's more about trying to get out of prison, and to do this, they have to win a game of football. And even though they've all committed massive violence towards each other and others, and they're in the 4 fights they were in before the football starts, they get picked. I won't spoil the ending, but I guess you can tell there's probably one bit you couldn't predict, but that when that happens, you can predict what happens quite easily. So yeah, I wish I prepared these more, but well. Yeah, again, nothing really happens. I guess like this video, nothing's really happening. Nothing happened. They talk a lot, and it's in prison, and it's about football violence. So I don't really know what they talk about for a long time. They try and have an emotional scene here and there, but that doesn't work. I mean, there's a side story with one of the prison guards trying to be good against the corrupt prison guard. That gets solved pretty rapidly. That rounds up nicely. And they tag in some random things to make him look like he has things to lose, like his daughter's got, I think, ALS, something like that. But I think that dude's now the guy in Uncle who's with the sister, so he's going to do better things. I think that's him anyway. I haven't watched it in a while, but he rings a bell, so I guess that could be him. Yeah, that's it. I guess if I had to rate this one, I guess I want to give this 2, but there's another one after this, and I don't think the other one deserves a 1. But it's definitely worse than this one. so I'm going to give it a 3. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to know what happened after Queen Street won, because you thought all the questions were answered, it goes in a completely different direction. So it answers no questions, but I guess it's more Cockneys being violent. So, but again, I would just watch it, the first one again if you even cared. Okay, cool.